This is Chuck Schaefer of Customer TV, and I'm joined by Christian Schilling of Soft Clouds, as well as Bala Ramachandran. Gentlemen, thank you very much for joining me today.
Thanks, Chuck.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Gentlemen, you are a CRM consultancy with deep expertise in CRM, mobility, and business intelligence, and I want to try to cover a few of those things from some customer perspectives. Help me understand the impetus behind the increased adoption of cloud. Is it simply a lower total cost of ownership or lower upfront acquisition cost? Or when your customers come to you looking for a cloud-based or software as a service-based CRM solution, why is it they're being driven to the cloud?
There's a common misconception that cloud is cheap or cloud is easy. That's
Inexpensive.
That's not the case. Companies do feel or realize that cloud is also expensive as they put more and more data and more business processes on the cloud. In my view, the reason for customers going to cloud is the main reason is their deployment options and how soon they can put their CRM or any kind of application on cloud against their on-premise solutions. As you know, in on-premise you need to have a hardware and software lined up and your system administrators resources lined up before you even start your development process. But if you see any cloud opportunities available today, you can literally kickstart your development or any production deployment just by switching on your light. So you call them and then get the membership or get the registration done, and you're ready to use your development environment.
Right.
So that is the main reason I think why customers are moving so much to cloud.
I also think, though, that it tends to do a lot with where we are today, right? And everything is open, everything is, I'd say, mobile. If you look at today's workforce, it's smartphones, it's tablets, everything has to be accessible via those devices. So if we look at the legacy applications, typically those aren't available through mobile devices. So with the shift to the cloud, you're actually enabling your workforce to be, to work faster and better, because today's software is built to work with mobile devices. So.
Christian, let me segue on your comment there. Mobility is a increasing trend in the media and from the technology vendors, but when your customers come to you and ask for assistance between CRM and making CRM more mobile, what are the objectives that they're trying to achieve, and what are the benefits that they aspire to achieve?
So I think the biggest one is probably adoption. I think one of the biggest pain points from any I'd say software vendor that has a CRM solution is user adoption. It's really getting your workforce to use it. So the mobile side, allows the workforce to live and breathe actually within that application of a cloud-based CRM solution or whatever it may be.
See, when the customer wants to take their enterprise applications to mobile, so they really need to consider some of the basic things what they want to do. One, basically, how much of data and application they want to enable in mobile, and also what happens to the security of their data, and whether whatever the mobile platform they are picking, whether the platform is capable of securing their data and provide user the adaptability in what they are doing. The other aspect why companies are moving towards mobile these days is basically the bring your own device concept that is spreading all across the enterprises in US and also in other continents. So now the workforce ready to bring their own devices. They are not depending on the laptop or PC that the company provides and they sit in one place and do their work all 8 hours. And those days are vanishing so quickly with iPads and other mobile devices. So bring your own device is also driving the enterprise mobility, in my view, very strongly.
And with BYOD, do you find that this is an internal process that is being driven by IT, who historically has driven IT projects, or is this something more so being driven from the employee base, from employees saying, this is the device I use in my personal life, and this is the device I also expect to use in my professional life?
Oh, I love this question, and it's glad you asked this question. Again, I'm going to touch the same point that in olden days, even this fast-moving era, 5 years is olden days. So even 5 years ago, we all used to carry our own laptops, and we use only laptops, and you have to connect through VPN or very secured manner and all these things. So with BYOD, it's going to be a strategic decision for the business community in an enterprise and also IT community. Now, all of a sudden, the asset that your employees are using is not owned by the company. At the same time, you have to embrace the technology so that you can increase your workforce ability. So now you have to put a very tight draw a thick line between these two and then say, okay, what data I'm going to allow my BYOD customers to access, and what happens in the evening when they go home, when they connect their devices to any other devices and share their pictures and other personal items with their friends and family, what is going to happen to my company data? So here the IT and the business and HR needs to work collaboratively and define the policy for each enterprise, how much they want to embrace BYOD.
Let me talk about another disruptive technology that's getting a lot of attention, and that's social media, or what we sometimes call social CRM. When customers approach you with their CRM projects and they have objectives to include social media in those CRM initiatives, what are those social objectives? What are they trying to achieve?
I think it's more, I'd say, geared towards the service side. If you look at customer service and you really want to understand exactly what your customers are saying about you, how many Twitter feeds are there a day? How many people are out there talking through Facebook, sharing, product through Facebook or even on LinkedIn? So it's actually, I'd say, more of a monitoring device within an enterprise application, whether it's CRM or whatever. But I think it's more geared towards the service side to understand exactly what your either prospects or customers are talking about, whether it's negative or positive. And I think also, though, that social media does enable, I'd say, from a sales perspective, it enables the salesperson to better understand who they're targeting and who they're going after. You can go out and get information on who you're targeting. So if you're targeting a CIO, a director of IT, you can understand what they might have done over the weekend by linking them on Facebook or finding them on LinkedIn. And it's grabbing all that data and correlating it within your CRM. So I think it also affects, or it doesn't affect, but helps and enables the salespeople, business development people. Because you're living and breathing in this, in your personal life, we could also convert that over to make sure that you're doing that in your business life, and really collaboratively bringing teams together to better effectively manage overall customers.
For my last question, let me ask you a little bit about deployment. The implementation of all business technologies involves risk. What are the common risks when deploying CRM software, and how do you recommend that business leaders mitigate those risks?
I think one of the biggest risks is that a lot of companies firmly believe that because it's cloud, that out of the box the CRM solution is going to work for them. We've seen more, I'd say, mid-sized to small companies just take a CRM solution straight out of the box, a cloud CRM solution straight out of the box, and think that that's the solution. And then all of a sudden, within 4 months, they don't understand why it's not working for them. So to me, it's really getting in early in the game and helping these companies understand that just because it's a cloud-based solution, there's still a customization that has to be done.
Very good, gentlemen. And with that, we're at a good break point to conclude our conversation. This is Chuck Schaefer, and I've been joined by Christian Schilling and Bala Ramachandran of Soft Clouds. Gentlemen, thank you for your comments, and thank you for joining me today.
Thanks, Chuck. We appreciate your time.
Thank you, Chuck.